Hi you guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. So today I'm going to be taking you along the process of me attempting to try to make a coaster set and a tray. Do you want to know? Stay tuned. Okay, you guys. So this is going to be the second video for the Beach Resin Project. You would have already seen the cutting board that I did. That would have been the first video. So this is the second one, and this one is the bomb video. Not like it's a good, it's not a good bomb. It's like it sucks bomb. And while I was editing this video, it was just so sad to me because I literally was watching me get worse and worse and worse through the progress. And it was just so frustrating because it was so much time and I really thought I knew what I was doing. I didn't know at all. Like I literally did one little tiny practice wave on a piece of just random wood in the garage and I created cells and I got so excited and I just had like this big pick me up, I guess, and I thought, all right, you got it. And I failed tremendously. I did learn why, but I just want to still show you the process and how I did it, and then you can see the end result. The end result, it's not 100% bad. To me it is. Anybody else probably wouldn't think it was as bad as I do, only because I know what I was trying to achieve and I got nowhere near it. Nowhere at all near it. So if you would like to see how not to do a beach, you know, the wave and cells that I did not do, if you'd like to see how not to do it, then here you go. Okay, so I ordered this set off of Amazon. It came with the tray, the coasters, and the 2 holders. And I first make sure that everything is level before I begin. And for this one, I just went ahead and mixed the 3 different sands. I put a little bit of the darker and then a lot more of the lighter 2 colors. I will be using the same resin throughout this entire project. And when working with resin, please make sure you are in a well-ventilated area and have proper respiratory protection. Your health and safety is always first. Also for this, it is a 1-to-1. So for example, if it is 2 ounces of one, I'm going to put 2 ounces of the other and stir slowly for several minutes until it is crystal clear. I then added it to my sand mixture and I'm going to go ahead and put that down first. Going in with my heat gun, I am just breaking up the bubbles and it kind of warms it up and helps move it around a lot smoother and easier. I'm going to go ahead and put the handle on the one side so that can start setting, and I will add the other once I get resin on that side. I then added the shells. I did make sure that I tested all the shells first to make sure they were not going to stick out and be higher because you do want a flat surface for the coaster. So make sure they will be completely submerged under resin. I then went through and just sprinkled some sand on top of the resin. And another quick pass with the heat gun. I also did mix clear resin, divided it into 4 different cups, and then I added the different colors that I wanted to use for this. And then I laid down the color kind of in layers, going from darker to lighter as you get closer to the shore. And now placing the other handle down. That will complete my first day and it will dry for 24 hours. All right, 24 hours later, I'm going to go ahead and start mixing clear resin. Same way as always, nice and slow. Slow and steady wins the race. Now I'm going to just put the clear down and I'm going to try my first attempt at making some waves. So now that there's a nice thin layer, I go over with the heat gun, and then now I'm going to try to lay down the white. And it was at this very moment where I knew there was no way I was going to achieve anything that I was trying to do. The weight of this white was too much. I added too much of the color. So it just weighed down to the very bottom underneath the clear resin, and it's supposed to go on top. So I was not going to achieve anything. I even tried using the heat gun, the blowtorch. Nothing was going to work. At this time, I didn't understand that it was too weighted down of the color, so I did try to put in a little bit more, which didn't work. So I went back through with a darker color, and now I'm trying to do it again, but see how it went instantly under? It's just constantly just dropping to the bottom. It's too heavy. So now I'm just trying to add more color to try to save this in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so I let that sit for 24 hours. I mixed another thing of clear. I'm going to try this one more time. So here's me just laying down the clear. I'll go through with the heat gun like normal, and then I will mix a little bit of white, doing less, hoping to try to get some cells this time. Okay, so this time it didn't drop all the way to the bottom of the clear resin like the last time, but it just wasn't moving like I thought it should. So I added a little bit more thinking it just wasn't enough. It did move a little bit, but not nearly what I was trying to achieve, but definitely better than yesterday. I did go over it with the torch, but I just really couldn't get any types of like good cells or lacing really. I got a tiny bit right here, but not really any on the coasters. So I'm just kind of giving up on this one and calling it a lost cause. I'm going to just do what I can, let it sit for 24 hours, and then I will be back to add another final top coat. Okay, so for the top coat, I'm using this resin because it is heat resistant. Because if you are using the coasters, if you put something hot on it, like a hot coffee cup or hot tea, you don't want it to crack. So I am using this heat resistant for the top layer, mixing exactly the same way, slow and steady until it is crystal clear. All right, so now I'm using that clear resin and just putting it over the top of everything to try to get it full to the top of the mold. And yes, I can never leave well enough alone, so I did add a little bit of white to the little bit left, and I wanted to try one more time at making some type of a wave, cell, lacing, something, and nope, that didn't work, so I had to add some dark. Going in with some dark. I should have left well enough alone. Like I said, I was trying to make it look better, and now I have a dark, oblivious little blobby mess. I wanted the end of this to be a little bit darker, to be like more of like the darker part of the deeper ocean. So I did add more dark back here, and this is the final outcome. Okay, so now I'm going to start demolding and taking them out of the molds and see how they look. Now I'm going to take my gold paint pen and I'm going to go around all of the edges to the coasters and to the tray. Coasters are done. Now I paint the sides of the tray, and now that is completely finished. All right, and this is the finished product. I have one little tiny shell over here that's under the handle that does stick up over the resin, which is okay. It only was on the tray, and I did kind of cover up some of the beach with all my mess. So this is what it looks like on the bottom. And yeah, definitely not what I was trying to do, but I think the final outcome at least looks decent. And then here are the coasters. Again, I am not happy with them whatsoever, but it was a huge learning experience for sure. Oh wait, one of the shells does stick up slightly right here, but I don't think that will be an issue. All right, you guys, so that is the entire process. What a mess of trying to do this coaster set. Literally, this whole beach scene, I made all of this stuff for my man's mom. She absolutely loves the way that these turned out. When I gave them to her, she sees nothing wrong, and I bet you a lot of you guys won't. But again, with me personally, I know what I was trying to achieve. I was trying to get the cells and like the lacing of the waves like I know people can do, but I just could not. I couldn't achieve it. And again, I know now why, is because I had too much pigment. Because even in one of the things you can see I had dark blue, and then I put the white and it just sunk in. So they say you need it to lay on top so you can get that cell and those layers and in that thing. So it has to stay on top. And again, I did not know what I was doing. But my end result ended up being okay, I guess, for these. I think what made them look a lot better is when I did use the gold paint on all the edges, because it just kind of brought it all together and it just looks a little bit better. I went ahead and just gave her this set anyways, just because I spent so much time on it. And the end result, like I said, it's not 100% bad. To me, I think it's like 99% bad. But I was just like, you know what? If you don't want to use them, you don't have to use them. But it's with this whole scene. That wasn't even it. The main thing that I really wanted to do was the large wall art. It's 4 feet long. That one I'm really, really actually proud of. I didn't still do the lacing and the waves like I wanted to do. But the end result, I couldn't have asked. Well, I could have asked for something a little bit better. But at the end result being my very first one, I'm extremely proud of how I did everything, and that's all that matters, right? So thank you for coming along with this messed up journey on this one. Again, it was so devastating actually editing this video, because I'm just like, I started off good, and then I got the blue, and then it just went to a huge like white marshmallowy mess, and then back to a blue glob, and then a marshmallowy mess again, and boom, that's what I have left. And that's it. So definitely use a practicing if you would like to do the waves, because I even watched a video where somebody said it took them like a year to get down to do the actual I don't have a year to sit here and keep practicing. I wanted to get that done and over with and be done with the project. So there you go. Yeah, so you guys comment down below and let me know, what did you think of this tray and coaster set? I will be making another tray and coaster set in a geode pattern. That one I'm going to be actually making for my mom and mailing to her, and I'm going to do a smaller board, nothing really big, a smaller board for that one. So if you do want to see more of these videos, I do have at least one more project that I will be starting very soon, so those will come eventually. Yeah, so there's that. So you guys comment down below and let me know, have you ever tried anything with resin? Are you like me and you did try and you kind of messed something up the first time? I mean, I don't mind. I still will try and give it my all with anything that I do. And just sometimes the end result might not be as good as I wanted. That's all. So that is everything for this particular video, you guys. Again, comment down below and let me know. Your positive interaction means the world, and I greatly do appreciate it, as I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys. So until next time, you know that drill. Keep a smile on that gorgeous face of yours, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Crafty crew, out.